All right. So the purpose of today, you guys can ask any questions that you want. We'll endeavour to answer them. Marketing is one of those things that we have learned. Architects get like trained to the nth degree in design and running projects, but not a lot of time and effort. A little bit, but not a lot of time and effort gets taught in design school on how to win projects. And so it's kind of the big gaping hole for most people. So we'll cover as much as that as we can today. We might even have some resources and things like that we can point you to. All right. Hello. Just type in where you're from. So Boston, Massachusetts. Daniel. Hey, Daniel from Boston. Louisville, Kentucky. Megan. Louisville, Kentucky. All right. Where else are people from? Jeddah from Saudi Arabia. Hey, Jeddah. Hope I'm saying that right. Saudi Arabia. You guys have got some architecture there, don't you? Kathy Jones from New York. Hey, Kathy. I'm going to be in New York from June till March. Elaine Lamb. There she is, South Africa. Elaine, you turn up to lots of these things. It's great. You have a thirst for knowledge. Good for you. How is it? Freema? Melinda from Nashville. Cool. We almost had our mastermind meeting in Nashville. All right. We're going to answer any questions. So feel free to type in some questions. Oh, it's not helping, Elaine. What do you mean it's not helping? Ask better questions.
Well, she's in South Africa. It's pretty tough down there. So I see Kathy Jones saying, I'm not hearing audio. Have you started? And the answer is yes. I'm guessing since several of you have responded where you're located that you must be hearing us. So I'm just going to type in
Okay. Right, guys. So we'll answer any questions. We do have some questions lined up. People have submitted some questions in advance on a number of different channels. So, Eric, do you want to start by going through any questions?
Yeah, I'm just responding here. Why don't you take one? Just where should one promote a firm? Because I think that's a very common one. You know, what are the best places to promote a firm? And is that the right question to be asking? Is part of this?
Yep, sure. Okay, that is a good question because you've got so many different options, right? You know, there's Facebook and LinkedIn, and you're probably many of you are being approached by advertisers to be in their magazine, but you have to pay to play. You can spend a lot of money on advertising. There's a lot of people who will take your money, and it's not just the money either, is it? It's the time. So some of the things are free. You can go out networking and things like that. Some of them are free, but there is a time to it. So what is the most time effective and what is the most cost effective source of winning projects? I can definitely tell you that. In the last 10 years, we have looked at everything. And the answer is, and it's kind of one of those ones that people never look at, but when I'm working with architects, the first place I get them to look is referrals. That is the best place. Now, there is a strategy that I talk about a lot in our training, is the dirty 30. So let's just have a think about this whole, where do our current projects come from? Because we know that a lot of marketing for architects doesn't work, right? You'll have spent thousands of dollars and had little or no result from some marketing activity you've had. But then I'll also say to you, where do most of your projects come from at the moment? Right now, actually just type in what percentage, just type in a percentage. Where do most of your projects come from at the moment? Now, most of you are probably going to say referrals and word of mouth. So you can include that, right? Now, what percentage of your projects come from referrals and word of mouth? Just type in here. Now, what we're probably going to see, and I'll have a look at the numbers a bit later on, but if you like most groups that we speak to, the numbers probably of where your projects come from is probably likely to be anywhere between 50 to 100%. Okay, so we've got Shane says 95%, Daniel 100, Facebook user 90%, Megan word of mouth, Lucas 50%, Megan says 100. Right. So, somewhere from 50 to 100, right? Mostly referrals, says James. Now, so what we know, okay, when it comes to marketing, what we know is most things don't work very well for architects, and there's a number of reasons. But we do know that referrals does work, right? So one of the smart things to do, let's say you're a gambler at the races, one of the smart things to do is try and back a winning horse, right? Now, if there's a race between all the different ways of promoting yourself, and one horse is called referrals and word of mouth, then that would be the horse I'd be backing, because we know that it wins a lot, right? And most people don't think, the big catch here is most people don't think of referrals and word of mouth as marketing strategy. And it's not if you're just sitting back passively waiting for them to come in, right? It's not a strategy. It's just, you're just lucky, right? And so where is the best place to promote myself? Referral strategies is the best thing to do. Put in place referral strategies. So the premise being, if we can double or triple our referrals, and if I'm getting 75% of my projects now from referrals and word of mouth already, and let's say I'm a one-man band, and that's 7 projects a year are coming from referrals and word of mouth. If I can double or triple my referrals, then I'm probably going to have more business than I can handle. I'm going to have to start doing 2 things. I'm going to have to start forming a waiting list for projects, and I'm going to, 3 things. I'm going to have to form a waiting list. I'm going to have to start saying no to projects that I might have been saying yes to before, but I shouldn't have been. And the third thing I can do is I can put my fees up, because I've got more business than I can handle, right? And if I'm being a bit more discerning and a bit more picky, because I've got referral systems in place. So yeah, that is the best place, referral systems. And, if you only do one form of marketing, that would, in terms of self-promotion, I'd be building a list. I'd be building a referral list, and then I'd be marketing myself and building relationships to that list, right? Because at the moment you don't have a list. You're not doing anything formally you're just lucky. You're just sitting there and some referrals are coming in. But I guarantee if you had referral systems, you could double, triple, or quadruple the number of referrals coming in.